Welcome back to this special Sunday edition of Brightside. I'm Eric Lasser. Things getting back to normal for many of you, but others are still dealing with issues from Hurricane Irma. So we have set up the Hurricane Help Hub to get you answers. A week after Hurricane Irma slammed Florida, people from the hard-hit Keys are finally anxiously returning to see the devastation for themselves. The entire chain of islands will open to residents this morning. There are some signs of progress in the Keys. The first medical facility there reopened on Friday. 17% of people in the Keys and 65% in the rest of the Keys have power. It could still take another week for the entire region to be reconnected. Some residents, though, won't find anything to return to. It's estimated 25% of the homes were destroyed, many more heavily damaged. Officials say rebuilding could take years. So we've been taking your phone calls all night long, and the big problem for a lot of people, even now a full week since Irma hit, remains: when is the power going to come back on? So at last check, Duke Energy says that more than 14,000 people in Pinellas County are still in the dark. About 6,000 in Polk County are still without power. TECO says that 99% of its customers now have power. About 2,000 folks still don't. There are 33,000 Florida Power and Light customers still in the dark in Sarasota County without power, 18,000 in Manatee County. The good news is those numbers do continue to drop. But those still left without power are looking for ways to stay cool. Several cooling centers are opening up their doors to help make that possible. And 10 News reporter Stephanie Ramirez, live in Kenneth City, has more on the cooling stations that are open today. Good morning, Stephanie.
Good morning. Still a lot of people that are going to be using them for sure. We're in Kenneth City here at the Avesta Madeira Grove apartment complex, where this building does not have power, even though the surrounding buildings do. We were here on Friday, and I could tell you the sweltering heat inside these units was very hard to deal with. So cooling centers, this is important information people are going to want to know. There's a couple of them that we have listed for you here. Recreation centers, like the Azalea Recreation Center on 72nd Street in North St. Petersburg. That should be open from 4 to 9 today. Libraries are also available, like the City of Pinellas Park Barbara S. Ponce Public Library. That'll be open from 1 to 5, and then some people are going to need more than that. So we're reading the YMCA and the 4 locations for YMCAs in the county. They are supposed to be open for as long as people need, from 9 a.m. to sunset. And I can tell you here, the folks say it's difficult. They're seeing power trucks go by, but they're still not seeing it here online. We're seeing Tuesday could be when the power returns, but we still don't know. We're in Kenneth City this morning. Stephanie Ramirez, 10 News.
Hey, we have a run of pretty dry weather. Yesterday, most of us were dry, although we had a couple of isolated showers and storms. For the most part, we're going to see dry weather here today as well. Let's take a look at a great time lapse we made from Florida, but will be a major hurricane to look at and watch very closely this week as it moves through the Caribbean. That forecast is on the way.
Okay, Rick, we'll see you then. Days after the storm, dozens of nursing homes around the state still don't have power. It's concerning. In fact, it is one of the top concerns that you've shared with us this week. So why weren't so many nursing homes better prepared to keep residents safe? 10 Investigates reporter Gabrielle Carroll looks into it.
This was the door slammed in my face Thursday afternoon when I tried to talk to Haines City Healthcare Center about how they were keeping residents cool without AC. I got more or less the same response today when I called the nursing home's administrator to find out why their backup generator didn't have enough power for their AC. And what they told me was no comment.
At least they have an emergency generator, but why it's not working for AC, we don't know.
Florida's Agency for Healthcare Administration says nursing homes are required to have emergency management plans that include backup power, but it doesn't specify what that backup power source has to operate.
Frustrated, angry, but there's nothing we can do about it.
A state inspection of the Haines City Healthcare Center in April found that the facility failed to maintain the generator, and that the maintenance director revealed he was unaware that the generator needed to have routine maintenance. But the facility responded that its generator was performing flawlessly, and an unannounced inspection 2 months later found no deficiencies. Again, Haines City Healthcare Center wouldn't talk to me today about their backup generator, but clearly there are a lot of questions about the current requirements for nursing homes homes and what they're doing to keep residents safe. If this is an issue that has affected you personally, please email us tips@wtsp.com. Back to you.
Well, this has clearly affected a lot of people. So yesterday, Governor Rick Scott ordered an emergency action aimed at Florida's assisted living centers and nursing homes. It requires them to get generators installed within 60 days and to submit to follow-up inspections. The governor's order comes after the heat killed 8 people at a nursing home in Hollywood and forced evacuations at several more facilities that had no power. And as we have mentioned just a few minutes ago, several places are still in the dark. A lot of people just trying to find ways to stay cool. Hillsborough County hopes that it can help with that. It has 6 different sites open today, giving out hot meals and offering a cool place to get out of the sun. The whole thing is free for people 60 years and older living in Hillsborough County.
Anything. If they struggling with the heat, with power, even if their power just came back on, they probably don't have sufficient food. So come on over, come out, get a meal, get some ice, get some cold water, cool down, and you also get the social interaction, and you're not isolated, and you get to be around other folk who are going through like we all are right now.
That same service will be happening Monday through Wednesday of this coming week. Lots of us in Tampa Bay, of course, breathing a sigh of relief as Hurricane Irma took a slight right turn, but not everybody was so lucky. Local filmmaker PJ Aceturo, was right there when waters flooded homes in Lithia. And a lot of people who live there, like Joe Manzella, are now returning to see what, if anything, can be salvaged. Take a look.
Watching the gate, and anything over 13 feet, this floods, and we're at 22 plus right now. The path that the hurricane took was about the worst path it could take for this area, because it basically went to like Pasco and Polk, and all their drain off came down right down the Alpine to ours.
We offered the people that they'd call 911. We offered to help them to get out, and they said no, we're fine. And then it rose like that, and then they were freaked out because they had 4 kids in the house. They couldn't get out.
This morning I was driving to work and I saw the house in the water. And now I'm just trying to grab what we left. I'd be careful. There's a snake in here. Pretty good sized one. Flip the breakers to the off position. So they finally turn power back on. It doesn't burn down too. Sunday, right before the storm, and there was a little bit of water in the back. And then Monday, it just kept coming. And so yesterday we came in, we tried to canoe out more personal belongings before it got too bad, and now we're here.
So you were a month away from having insurance on this.
Yeah, so this is basically all out of pocket. Yep, that's my house, or what was left of it.
Well, you heard Joe say that he wasn't able to insure his home against Hurricane Irma because he was supposed to get his roof fixed next month. There is a GoFundMe page for his family, gofundme.com/ManzellaHomeFlooded.